very nice to see when you guys are just loyal fans pulling up every episode.
Every episode.
You don't even know what's going to happen. You just along for the ride, and we appreciate that.
Yeah. You liking, you commenting, you subscribing, notification gang, you viewing, you know what I'm saying, YouTubing while we moving and grooving. Shout out to Smokey Robinson who made a song called Cruising.
He also has an album out called Album on the Way.
Yeah.
Called Gasms.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I'm not listening to that.
Too.
You can start now.
I personally wish that Lil Wayne actually took that one song from Dedication to It and put it on the album. That I'm a good looking rapper, I ain't trying to stunt. I ain't gonna lie, I hated that song at first when I was on my lyrical shit and I just want him to kill tracks. But now since this day's era is like a lot more about bouncing the vibe. Like I was in a Publix and I was playing that joint and I was like, he was ahead of his time. Like this sounds like something that could bump now. Like if somebody was, somebody out there could really take that and just make that a today song, like that shit would bump for real. Especially if it's somebody from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? But this will begin a new episode of the Hold It Down podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'll be your host, Quan, aka The Quizzer. You know what I'm saying? Here are my black-hatted co-hosts right here.
It's your man D. Unstoppable Bloodbath back at it again on the episode of Hold It Down podcast.
AKA 7 Lack. You know what I'm saying? Because he got all the 7 Lack on right now. At least you ain't lacking. Or been lacked on.
So yeah, this is a Hold Down podcast where it's a hip-hop battle rap culture as a whole. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. I enjoy the growth. It's very nice to see when you guys are just loyal fans pulling up every episode.
Every episode.
You don't even know what's going to happen. You just along for the ride, and we appreciate that.
Yeah. You liking, you commenting, you subscribing, notification gang, you viewing, you know what I'm saying, YouTubing while we moving and grooving. Shout out to Smokey Robinson who made a song called Cruising.
He also has an album out called Album on the Way.
Yeah.
Called Gasms.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I'm not listening to that.
I saw a mall talk about that shit. He's like, yo, how horny is this man? He's 80 years old. This song's talking about inside you and shit. I'm like, God damn.
It's not okay. Like, I understand the old people probably still have some type of sex life, but you're not supposed to be talking about it after a certain age. It's like it's a certain window of time where you can talk about sex. It's a period where you're too young, and then there's a period where you're too old. You got a small window of time.
He's definitely too old.
Where that is a topic that you could discuss publicly.
Yes. Maybe he's trying to go for a record. He want to be the first 80-year-old person to sing about sex. I would think he would forget what that even feels like at this point.
So I don't know what he's more worried about. Is he more worried about the sex or is he more worried about his people like her gangbanging?
I don't know, because I have a personal problem with gangbanging. Just because, first of all, that's a banger in the streets. I've been listening to that last week. I was randomly gangbanging. It's a classic in the streets. But I'm mad because, of course, in perfect album promotion fashion, he went to Vlad. And of course, Vlad be asking the questions.
Vlad got a Smokey Robinson interview?
Yes. And Vlad, of course, asked, what he did any drugs during his day. And he was like, well, I wasn't too big on drinking. I ain't really like drinking. Smoking was my thing. I like marijuana. And what I used to do is I would put cocaine in my blunts and smoke them.
This nigga smoking Jeffries?
Yes. Smoking, what was it called? They call it bunk. He was smoking that shit. Now, of course, Vlad wanted to be funny. It's like, so you was put crack into your blunts. He was like, no, not crack.
It's not the same thing. Yeah.
Cocaine. I have a big problem with that because in gangbanging, the first lines is drinking that wine, wasting your time, doing that dope, smoking that coke. Like, nigga, you did this. You are the gangbanger.
Did he also give up hope? Because that's also what
gangbanging.
I'm just asking.
Gangbanging. That shit is I almost wanted to sell that, make a trophy out of it, but I'm like, there's no way I can't find it myself to do it the right way.
I don't know how that song would work as a drill song, right? Because I know like all right, people can sample whatever, but it's just that song, the cadence of it, the beat behind it. I don't know. I don't feel like it would take a lot of work to make it work as a drill beat.
The fucked up thing is, it would be the most ironic song because I would have to give that to. It would have to literally be the nigga that made that gang, 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 gang. I don't fuck with you if you don't get. It would have to be that ironic, like somebody a nigga like that gang banging all on the track. You know what I'm saying? Almost as bad as when you know that.
Unless you gave it to YG, unless you made it more of a West Coast song and YG rapped on it.
He might have made it work. You know what I'm saying? But he's not trying to make good albums.
He is going out his way to not make good music right now, bro. And it hurts.
Yeah, I
need y'all to understand. I'm a big YG fan. I've seen the nigga in concert. It's not too many rappers I've seen in concert. Yeah. Okay. He really let me down.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. We might need like Schoolboy Q. You know, when he can tap back into his Hoover days, because I feel like Schoolboy Q is the perfect example of, I'm not gonna be out here in the streets doing the dumb shit, but I've been in the streets long enough doing the dumb shit that I could always recollect. I could always pull back and remember those days. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be one doing the shit.
Yeah, you know, Schoolboy out here playing golf and shit, living a nice mundane life.
Yeah, it's keeping his money, you know what I'm saying, not spending on lawyers, staying out of jail, raising his daughter. How dare he? You know what I'm saying? Out here being a civilized ex-gang banging black man making great music, I might add. I feel like he ain't fell off yet. You can say what you want to about Crash Talk, but nigga.
I just saw something recently where Schoolboy said that he actually doesn't like how dark Blankface was.
Really?
Yeah.
That means two things for me. That means he might have actually got some therapy and he's actually in a very better place mentally. But it also saddens me because it means that because he's in a better place, a lot of people that be fucked up in the head tend to make the best music. So I feel like he was probably fucked up in the head when he made Blankface. Why it came out so dark? Because that's one of his best. That's not even one of. I feel like that is his best album.
That's the one that everybody turns to.
So I mean, while I definitely like my rappers to be in good mental health, even if the music suffers, because beyond just servicing my ear, like he does have a whole family to provide for. You know what I'm saying? And shit, all that bad mental space, he made some great music of it. I still could always listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Niggas want my old shit, buy my old album. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? I still remember when he was talking about during Crash Talk interviews, he made a few different albums. So one of the albums he made was like more political or more like along the line of you remember that song he had, Black Thought?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind not a political Q, but like a Q that's a little more social aware. I feel like he's still good with that too. He's a versatile artist. You know what I'm saying? So wherever he's at with it right now, I'm with. Especially that last song he played on the snippet, it was called Soccer Dad, right?
Yeah, no, that song's out.
That song is out? Okay.
That song came out a while ago. That was the first supposed to be the single for his album, and then we ain't heard nothing else but that song.
Oh, I thought it was just a snippet, because even the way the beat sounded, I know he always drops different shit, which is why people were kind of confused with Crash Talk, because that first single was almost like the most, not mainstream, but the most like unoriginal song he's ever made, even though it's still a good song. But I feel like Soccer Dad, that even TDE can't make that the first single, because that's a good song, but we ain't bumping that. Like, that's not gonna go on the billboards. You know what I'm saying? It's no Man of the Year.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, it's not even collard greens. Respectfully, it's a good song, but we know what y'all do. Y'all are good at choosing records that are still original and don't sound like the charts, but will still find their way on the charts.
Because I'm telling you, I didn't expect collard greens to blow up like it did.
I didn't either.
And like at that point, I was already a Schoolboy fan, and when I heard like random white people in Spring Hill, the small town that I'm from, bumping collard greens, I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all know this song? Oh, this song must be big. Like, I didn't realize the collard greens was like that.
And keep it in G real. As a Schoolboy Q fan, that's not even one of my.
I don't even like that song like that.
Yeah, I didn't even like that song like that.
But it was the same.
Man of the Year, I'll bump.
Yeah. No, I did fuck with Man of the Year.
Yeah, but collard greens, I'll skip that one. I don't even care about.
It's the same way with Swimming Pools. That was like, I hated that song, but that was the song that really put Kendrick on the mainstream level.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact. You know what I'm saying?
So they be knowing like, hey, bro, sometimes you gotta do some shit that you don't like to get what you want. I was like, okay,
for sure. But yeah, let's get into these topics. I realize I don't even know how we got there, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We here now. So I'm gonna let Bloodbath handle the order of the topics this time around because I low key forgot what they are.
Okay.
I remember one of them.
So I'm gonna start with the battle rap stuff. No, wait. Yeah. I'm gonna start with the battle rap stuff. Then we'll get into the random silly things.
Wow.
So today, when we're recording this, Jay Black and the good people over there at Champion are doing the panel for Champion of the Year, all their categories. I thought they would be done by now. They're not. Okay. I can tell you, we recording this at like 6:30. They started at 4. And I was, okay. Because I checked on the stream, see what they were done. The stream is still going. The niggas are still in the panel wearing suits.
Still deliberating.
By next episode, we'll be able to tell you who they had for Champion of the Year, who they had for Round of the Year, Body Bag of the Year, Performance of the Year, Battle of the Year, Most Improved Battler of the Year, Upset of the Year, and Executive Gold Award that they always give out. And then I think they named their Woman of the Year already, but I might have missed it. But yeah, all their awards. We'll have those updated for you next week. I thought we'd have them today, but them niggas clearly have a lot to talk about.
And that's perfect because I would even give one of my opinions on one of the categories you just said, but I'll just save that for the whole another episode because I feel like that would be a good cap. Because I feel like I'll mention it right now real quick. For those of you that are aware of certain things, before we get further into the episode, my co-host right here will be moving. You know what I'm saying? He'll be moving to another state. You know what I'm saying? Living his life like it's golden. You know what I'm saying? Real Jill Scottish. You know what I mean? So he's gonna be moving on to bigger and better things. You know what I'm saying? And this podcast will be wishing him the best on the journey. So I will be saying this will be the second to last episode. I just don't want y'all to be blindsided. And I definitely don't want y'all asking questions like, yo, where the podcast at? When you going to record again? I'm going to be like, the nigga's in a different state. I don't even want to say where he's going because I don't know if he's announced that. I want to give him the respect of privacy in case he hasn't said it.
I mean, yeah, I told everybody already. So
okay, well, wherever he's going, that's where he's going. Nigga's gonna be in Virginia, you know what I'm saying? So maybe he might holler at Pusha T one time. You know what I mean? Maybe by that time it'll be dry for Pusha T. You know, since the last time it was almost dry.
I got the reference.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
but I also got the news. So
you'll see how this podcast would not last if it was just me.
Later this month, a groundbreaking event. You know, something that we've never seen before.
The ground is broken.
King of the Dot and URL, you know what I'm saying, are coming together for an event in honor of Pat Stay. It's a fundraiser event. It's called Stay Forever, a Pat Stay Memorial fundraiser event. So it's going to be in Canada, obviously. It's a 2-day event. They got a bunch of battles, and it's all just to raise funds for Pat Stay's family because we all know what happened to Pat Stay.
That's dope, man. That's like when WWE and ECW got together.
Okay.
When WWE bought ECW, but they made it a great ass event for the fans.
Yeah,
you know,
it's very similar, very
almost identical.
Yeah. So some of the card
is either that or would you consider King of the Dot to be ECW or would they be WCW? Because I feel like
WWE bought both of these people, so it's like the same.
Shout out to Vince McMahon for being a fucking business tyrant, my nigga.
That's how WWE grew. That nigga said buying everything. That's really how they became.
Your trap, take over your trap.
That's literally what they did to every organization.
And AJ Styles, nigga. He said, nigga, I don't even want your whole nigga TNA, nigga tits and ass, nigga. Just give me AJ Styles.
They don't own TNA. They don't own it.
They don't. They just want AJ Styles. That's why I thought that was the funniest shit because I'm like, okay, we're used to them buying other people, but when they go to TNA, they're like, yeah, y'all ain't good enough. I just want that dude.
They took him and they took Samoa Joe.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a second dude. I just knew AJ Styles, and I knew for a fact that he was.
Yeah, he was.
Face
yeah,
of
he
that.
was. He definitely was. It was him and Samoa Joe was all they had.
Damn.
All they had. But then both of them went to Japan for a little bit, and then that's when WWE got them. Is after they left and went to Japan, they was like, all right, they've been away from America enough. Now we can bring them back, and people in America will be like, oh, these dudes still great. And that's exactly what happened.
You want some of this American dollars again, or you still want some of that yen? For real.
So yeah, the card so far, they got Dumbfounded versus Roan. They got
That'd be nice.
Hollow the Don versus Sharon.
I'm cool with that.
Real Sick and Lou Castro versus DNA and Charlie Clips.
That's going to be interesting because I haven't seen, even though I know Charlie Clips and DNA are real cool homies, I don't think I've seen them be team, but they're also two people that have been on really good teams. DNA with Kayshawn and Charlie Clips with Goods. So they're gonna be veterans with the team shit. Actually, no, I think they've been team one time. I think they were team before DNA got with Kayshawn, and then they like locked in. If I'm not mistaken. I could be pulling that on my ass. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be excited to see Real Sick and Luke Castro.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. And like Luke Castro done battled both these niggas already, so I know hopefully he has some shit to say.
He better use some insights, man, because they gonna need it. Because Charlie Clips ain't slouched one bit since he decided to come back from wilding out.
And then we also got Thesaurus versus Kid Twist and Mad Flex versus Mike P.
Well, I don't even know who Mad Flex is, but Mike P been sucking all through the year. So whoever that other nigga is, whoever Mike P isn't, I give it to that person. at this point, we need Mike P need a recovery, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, I think you've had your losing streak, so I think you can battle back now. Because I know, I'll put it this way: I'm not so ingrained in the culture that I don't know the niggas that are winning. So if I know your name, you were good at one point. You know what I'm saying? Except for Stumbles. Stumbles the only nigga that I know, and he's been ass from the beginning to me. You know what I'm saying? Except for, stumbling his foot upon niggas' faces and whatnot. Beating niggas up when they out of town. I'm talking to you, Snake Eyes. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. Shout out to Mike P and whenever his losing streak ends.
So, I had that something else. But I don't think it was battle rap related.
But shout out to King of the Dot and URL coming together, and acting right in the name of Pat Stay. That's really dope because Pat Stay was a really big staple on both of these platforms.
Absolutely.
So it only makes sense, and I'm glad we could put egos aside and just come together and make a good event. You know what I'm saying? Were you trying to remember the next topic, or it was something related to
No, it wasn't nothing related to that, bro. I'm past that already. Man, in other news, in non-battle rap news, more silly stuff. So the Super Bowl was yesterday in our time.
Mm-hmm. Some of y'all might have known about it,
Yeah, so
I know it's a small little local event.
Gilly was posting videos of him and Wallow before the game, and he said he went. If you haven't seen the video, he went in Wallow's room. Wallow wasn't there. He saw Wallow had jerseys laid out for the Eagles and for Kansas City. So basically, the nigga was playing both sides of the fence, and niggas don't rock with that, especially Philly niggas, bro. Either you all in or you ain't. So then he starts walking through the house looking for Wallow, finds that nigga Wallow in the pool, and he pressed this nigga about it. Wallow was like, "Huh? What?" Wallow started talking about everything but these two jerseys. He started saying one of his lies was, "Oh, one of them ain't even mine, bro. That's actually Rasheed Wallace jersey. He from North Carolina. They can't get the Michelin Ness out there, so I got it for him."
Damn, Wallow, you out here coughing, please.
Wallow, he lying. He lying hard.
While you wet too in a pool.
He was in the pool doing spins. He was just finding everything else. He was literally spinning. Like, hey, bro, you can't do this. We ain't talking about that right now, nigga. Ain't nobody talking about you spinning.
Damn.
So yeah, I just found that really silly. It's not really hip hop related, but it was silly.
I did hear that Gilly had burned the jersey. I did hear that Gilly did that, and. On Wallow's side, I understand why he did that because he has long since said that he follows the winners.
So he openly admits it.
Yes, Gilly's been called him out on. He's like, he ain't even a Philly fan, he ain't a team fan. He's like, no, I'm just a LeBron fan. He's like, he wasn't a fan of the Lakers until they got LeBron. He's like, he wasn't a fan of the Golden State Warriors until they got Steph Curry. He's like, I like the winners. I follow the winners. Why are you going to follow a team that loses? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I understood him in particular having both jerseys. So he literally, whoever wins, he was gonna wear that jersey and sport it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I did hear that Gilly had burned the jersey. That's why I found it was hilarious when you said that he was in the pool, because the next I just found Wallow trying to hop out the pool mad fast and be like, yo, cuz. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I've seen some of the Eagles fans be upset at the loss. It is what it is.
It was a close game. It was a really close game.
Yeah, and I don't know anybody one person, but I don't know too many people that are fans of the other side. But yeah, a lot of people I saw that were Eagles fans were disappointed and whatnot. Tough night for y'all, but y'all are good, man. Y'all made it there. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
I'll tell you what, it would have made it for a good Meek Mill song.
Oh yeah, look, Philly was ready to go up.
Yeah,
Philly was ready.
It would have been Uzi Vert and Meek Mill songs all night.
Yeah,
because niggas like that. I Just Want to Rock song.
That song is big.
That song is getting big, boy. That song is big.
Speaking of being big, and you know what I'm saying, just being out and about everywhere.
Talking about me?
No, nobody was talking about you. I mean, you are big, and you do for some reason have your ass crack out and about everywhere when you wear pants. I don't understand how you never know that your crack is out. That's not what I was talking about. I was talking about Cardi B and Offset, how they got a meal at McDonald's.
It's this thing called gravity, man. It just happens sometimes, man.
Is that why your titties be sagging? So
what was the topic?
Cardi B and Offset, they have a McDonald's meal now.
That's why I saw Cardi B and Offset doing commercials and whatnot.
Yeah, because they have that. Like McDonald's is partnering with all the blacks. You know what I'm saying? So they got a meal now. It starts tomorrow. Tomorrow for us is Valentine's Day. So it starts Valentine's Day. It includes a cheeseburger with barbecue sauce and a large Coke.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
And a quarter pounder with cheese with a large orange high C. Plus a large order of fries and an apple pie.
I'm not mad at it. It just feels really specific.
Because apparently these are their favorite things to get. So that's why.
I get that, but making it all one thing is just weird. Because I'm like, because you know what's going to really happen, especially out here, because the people at McDonald's, they don't like working at McDonald's. So anytime you try to change anything, they just get pissed at you. Mm-hmm. So you know how many people are going to get that meal, but then be like, but can you change the Coke for this and change this or that?
That's not his work, bro.
They're going to switch up mad shit. And then be like, nigga, by the time niggas finish, it's going to be a whole other fucking meal.
Yeah, you should have ordered something else at that point. And I agree with him on that. Like, hey, bro, hey, can I get the, but I want the fine. It is what it is, bro. Anyway, it is what it is.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, for sure. Shout out to Cardi B and Offset. I will say it was funny as fuck when they showed the before and after of Cardi B. It was one time when she was going, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm fucking him. And then the new one is her and Offset. She sings it properly. And I'm like, see? Progress.
Yeah. Yeah. So I speaking to people before and after, I've been seeing people upset. So they've been posting scissors before and after. It's being real petty online because everybody knows scissors got work done.
While I am very much a person that is not afraid to say I'm not a fan of people getting work done, at the same time, it's your body, it's your life. I'm just going to have my own opinions about it. And a lot of times, mainly, I feel like the white people get shit done to their faces and they look fucking crazy afterwards. And then I have to pretend like I don't feel like that shit look crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then other people be going crazy being like, oh my gosh, you look beautiful. You don't look your age. Nigga, what? Just because she got a skinny body but her face looks like Jim Carrey on The Mask, you are not going to sit here and act like that's beautiful. But anyway, yes, SZA got work done. It is what it is. She even says it on the album. You know
I mean, it's not a secret that she got to work done.
Yeah, like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's the industry we're in right now. You know what I'm saying? At least it ain't on these BBLs killing y'all type level. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I remember, y'all niggas don't even talk about, I remember when she was a little more chunky and had mad, freckles on her face, like freckles on her lips. It was hella freckles. She was still cute back then too, but again, the industry we're in, who's to say that she would still be the SZA of today if she still had those freckles? We don't know. I would still like her. My co-host, I'm pretty sure he would still like her because he don't care about that shit. We care about the music, and the music is fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of y'all mainstream motherfuckers probably there will probably be some kind of pushback because y'all just care about everything that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. She got work done. She looks beautiful. I just hope she feels beautiful. And nigga, that's for her, the person she's fucking, and whoever ends up having her DNA in the future to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Just keep on cranking out these awesome ass albums. That's all I care about.
That is truly all I care about.
You know what I'm saying? Because that last album is amazing. I was listening to it today, my nigga. Like, that shit fucking fire. Shout out to SZA.
But yeah, shouts out to SZA. That's really all I had. Unless you want to talk about Chris Brown not knowing who Robert Glasper was.
I saw a piece of that. I saw somebody showing the Robert Glasper TikTok, and somebody was like, how could Chris Brown know who this is? That's a little weird, but it is what it is.
It was actually a blow up. It came from the Grammys. And I don't even watch the Grammys. I didn't watch it, but I do know this story. So Robert Glasper and Chris Brown were both in the same R&B category for like R&B album of the year. Mm-hmm. Then Chris Brown went on IG and was like, who the fuck is Robert Glasper? And then people was like, nigga, how are you at this level in your career and you don't even know who the fuck Robert Glasper is? Like, the nigga has made all of the black radios hit. It's like he's a very well respected artist in the air. Like most niggas know Robert Glasper. So then what he didn't know, that he had to walk it back and apologize to Robert Glasper. He's like, oh, I didn't really mean it like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just we both at such a high level. You know, I respect what you do. It's just, you know, I just feel like we're not even in the same category of music. I don't even know why they put us in the same category. Like, because it's not really like, you know, it's not like an R&B thing, you know. But then people was like, what does he think R&B stands for?
Rhythm and blues, my nigga.
So
it doesn't just mean the shit. It doesn't just mean these hoes ain't loyal and songs that sound like it.
So again, he's like, he still ain't lived it down yet. So now Robert, so he messaged Robert Glasper about it. And then Robert Glasper just recently started advertising T-shirts that say, "Who the fuck is Robert Glasper?" on them. He gonna start selling them, which I think is smart. It's genius.
Definitely smart. That's fire.
It's genius.
That's fire, and still get that collab too. Shit. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. You know, niggas be having egos and shit, and also, I'll vouch for, not vouch, but like with Chris Brown, with this last album, I haven't listened to no Chris Brown album in its entirety except for this last one. This last one, I really liked it. It was a really good album in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, that album deserved to go to the Grammys. But another thing, I feel like maybe he probably thought it was a white boy, and that's why he thought he could get like the same feeling as like when I think it was either Beyonce or Kanye was up for a Grammy, and then Beck won. And at that time, I didn't know who Beck was. So everybody and people like me, especially younger folks, because we be wrong and strong, would be like, who the fuck is this new ass nigga that we ain't never heard of before, winning shit over the shit we've been bumping all year? You know what I'm saying? I still don't feel like the nigga should have won, but at least I was aware that, oh, he's been around for years. He actually is an artist. He's just, just like you and I don't be aware of Selena Gomez or Taylor Swift or even Post Malone. And these people be going platinum a minute, selling 1 million copies every day.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, oh, I didn't even know they had an album out. And apparently the streets been on fire with it.
That's what happened with Harry Styles.
Yeah.
I've never heard now one of that man's songs
at all. I just know he was a part of One Direction, and now he dresses like a woman, and everybody just is so enamored with it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, what about when Kid Cudi does it? You know what I'm saying? But and they said that nigga, I guess the nigga bit his album from somebody else.
I don't know. I really don't. That part I don't know nothing about.
I saw it online. They showed somebody that released an album in 2020 that the album covers are similar, or at least the same concept. You know, the room's upside down. That's what Harry Styles' album looks like. The room's upside down, and apparently musically it's a little different too. Because even niggas was talking about I guess these are song titles. He's like, well, he made such and such, but he could never make a such and such. So maybe he even bit the music stylings of this person. But I'm pretty sure you can probably Google that. Check who the original artist is. And yes, the original artist is black, so it's always the white man stealing from the black man. But in tune, give that original black man some streams. You know what I'm saying? Just like you should do the same thing if you love Fetty Wap Yams. Give some listens to Masego. You know what I mean?
True.
For sure.
That's all I got.
And that's all we got, because everything else is either going to be tragic or shit we don't want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And, congrats to Rihanna for being pregnant again.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Shouts out to children.
Go ahead, buy some more Fenty. You know what I mean?
I do want to get some Fenty, though.
I don't mind her being a billionaire either. I really like that shit.
Yeah, I do want to give me some Fenty. I'm going to give me some of them draws.
For sure. They got good shit. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's anything in my category, but
they make plus sizes.
They do?
Yeah, they do. Like because I know they have like plus size models, so I know that they have like stuff for big people. Because I've seen the pictures, so you might be able to get some draws.
Hopefully, all my draws got holes in them. But anyway, I think that will conclude the news segment. You know what I'm saying? We get to this colossal, epic battle that went down. You know what I'm saying? Almost a Shadows of War type situation. You know what I'm saying? Bars clashing. You know what I'm saying? Egos clashing. Spit going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Pros versus caps. Blue on blue. You know what I'm saying? Gaps versus lazy eyes. It was all kinds of clashings going on. You know what I mean? A real Bushido Blaze showdown.
So this week's battle was Geechee Gotti versus Snake Eyes. This battle was couple years old. This happened just like one of those riot battles during the pandemic. You can tell it's old back because Geechee didn't have his braids yet.
Yeah, just had a fro.
So this is two artists we already talked about before, so I don't think we need to do like full backgrounds on them.
Yeah, it's a real Kumite showdown. I just wish I had the sound effect. I wish I could just have the sound effect every time I say the Kumite. That shit is single-handedly one of the most funniest things about a random episode of the Boondocks. I might watch it today just for the hell of it, just for that. But yeah. So for those that don't know, yeah, Gucci, wow.
Gucci had nothing to do with this.
Yeah, nothing to do with this. You know what I'm saying? Geechee Gotti versus Snake Eyes. You know what I'm saying? Two veterans, or at least at this level, you know. I ain't gonna lie, I almost wanna, would Geechee Gotti be, since he's technically, I guess, retired, right? At this point, one of my coworkers said he was retired, and it makes sense because his battles have definitely slowed down. He's won enough. He's definitely made a bunch of money with it. I feel like at this point he's like, yo, what else is there for me to do?
He battled everybody, honestly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Besides maybe get that lick back with Murder Mook, because now I gotta say it. When the category is upset, that's my upset, because that shit should have not happened. All right? I don't care what nobody says. I don't care how much gas was in the room. Them bars was not hitting like that.
They wasn't.
I even said that to my freaking coworkers. I was like, nigga, I don't care if niggas. I don't even like how casually you said, yeah, when Murder Mook went against Geechee Gotti. I was like, wait, no. There's more to that, okay? Don't just say that casually like he actually outdid the nigga. Like, yeah, it wasn't the best Geechee, cool. But that gas in the room, listen, as a New Yorker, I'm just tight when the same nigga that can be like, you're a city responsible for killing Biggie, but then, and the whole room erupts. But then also says, your place is responsible for killing Pop Smoke, and the whole room erupts. That's not the same demographic, my nigga. That's not the same demographic. That nigga died in 9/6. Pop Smoke wasn't even born yet. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, nigga. Niggas, so much fucking gas in that room, my nigga. I want a rematch on that shit.
Do you think
that was upset of the year?
You think it's gonna be different?
We definitely can't do it in New York.
It's not okay.
Do it in New York, we can't do it in Jersey. We might not even be able to do it in Philly. We niggas gotta buy plane tickets. All right, niggas can't drive to that.
The only neutral location is to come back to the South.
I'll take that.
That's the only neutral location, unless they want to do it.
They're going to do it in Atlanta.
Yeah, either that or they could do like a Midwest battle. But do you think that's too close to the East?
Might be too close. That might be too close. I might be too close. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Geechee Gotti versus Snake Eyes. Now I will say on this one, with it being on Riot, which is Geechee Gotti's platform, right? The bias was in the building like a motherfucker, boy.
It was. It definitely was.
But what made it worse is I wish I could vouch for Snake Eyes, but I feel like he also wasn't saying
he wasn't saying shit.
So it was like biased, but then it was also like he was borderline ass. He was just enough to not be ass, but he definitely was dense. He was knocking on ass's door, man. I could smell the ass. It was that close. He wasn't in the cheeks, but I could smell the ass.
Yeah, no, it was definitely booty aroma was definitely in the room. It was it was wafting around the room. It was,
you could tell because the ass farted and his he had pink eye. It was that close to ass.
I agree. Ass air was everywhere.
Yes, and then what made it even worse is this wasn't even it was far from the best Geechee Gotti. Like he was stuttering more than I've ever seen him stutter.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Freestyling bars.
Yep.
So casually, like just casually, not even trying his best and still killing a nigga.
Yep.
Like killing a nigga. Like when I tried you, Snake Eyes barely got any reaction. He might have got one or two per round. And when I say per round, we might even just knock out the first one. I feel like the first one, he ain't get shit.
No. In my opinion, the third was the worst. The third, nobody even chuckled in the third. Nothing.
It was just bad, boy. His best part was talking over Geechee.
That was the best thing he did.
That was the best thing he did was talking over Geechee's rounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is crazy because I like Snake Eyes. Like
I know. That's why I made sure we did this battle because I know you like Snake Eyes.
So, and I gotta be real about it. I'm like, I don't even know how he got that shot. Like that's why when Geechee Gotti was talking shit, it was like you begged for this shit. I'm like, I kind of believe it. I'm like, yo, and even when he battled New Jersey Twerk, I was like, he's up to that level already. Like This nigga's getting looks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at least he did better against Twerk.
He has good battles. Yeah. It's just ain't one of them.
This was not one of them, boys. I'm surprised this didn't knock him back down to 0, my nigga. God damn. But yeah, let's get into it.
All right. So in the first round, Snake started off. He really wasn't even talking to Geechee. He started just talking about URL stuff and all the people in URL, talking about how he wanted to battle Danny, how he wanted to battle next. Yeah. It's everybody but Geechee, for real.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And then after that, he really didn't say nothing too crazy for the rest of the round.
At all.
and it was like a situation where I when I listen to battles, I'm usually doing something else. Like I might be like, just so I can just focus on bars, like, 'cause I don't like to focus on performance. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, I didn't hear nothing interesting this entire round. Like at all. And I just want to make sure I wasn't crazy. I ran it back just to be sure.
Yeah, I was checking. I was like, yo, am I tripping? Like, am I missing something?
And so then Geechee went, and Geechee just already knew it was a wrap after Snake's first round. He already knew, oh yeah, this battle's over.
What made it even worse, he was like, you got more to say?
He got more bars? This nigga.
Because he's like, yo, if you want to rap some more, man, you can go ahead and rap, cuz. You sure? Oh, okay.
So then Geechee goes, and Geechee started off slow, but then as soon as he got to that ball cap line, I was like, all right, yeah, he comfortable now.
Yeah.
He real comfortable. And Geechee didn't even his first round wasn't even that crazy. It was just good enough to be better than the nothing that Snake Eyes said.
And when I tell you Snake Eyes didn't say like one good, like, what made it even worse is like sometimes it would sound like it had potential, and then by the time he gets to the end, I'm like, well, that was a wasted. that wasn't that good. It was just like, all right. And it just kept on going and going and going. And I'm just thinking like, maybe he's gonna say something fire, maybe something good, maybe one good bar. Nope. All this shit was just Hershey, dark chocolate, no peanuts, nothing.
So then in the second, Snake tried to make a rebuttal. Nobody cared.
At all.
Then he just started talking about industry stuff. You know what I'm saying? Talking about how Geechee be battling too much, saying he need to chill. And then he started to lose his steam.
And nobody agreed.
Nobody seemed to care.
Nobody agreed at all.
And then I feel like he almost was about to choke for a second and the third because he wasn't getting no reaction. I feel like it was starting to get to him. But he finished it off. He finished his round off because like he lost his flow a little bit though, but he finished his round off. Then Geechee in the second, which is I feel like Geechee's best round rap wise, he started off with that snake scheme, and that had the room immediately.
Yeah,
because it was a good snake scheme.
Yeah.
So then he started off with the snake scheme. Then he basically just like called Snake Eyes a bitch, which he calls everybody a bitch. You know, just basically Geechee Gotti things. That was a pretty good round in my opinion.
Pretty decent round.
And then he just freestyled about him being better, and then he could only see half of what it took.
Yep, that had the room like whoo.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
It started off downhill and just kept getting lower and lower.
Yeah.
Like Geechee might be like the last time. This might be the last time that nigga put a nigga's body bag in a body bag. Like that's what I feel like this was. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. And then what made it worse is I think when Snake Eyes went, was it in the third where he tried to make jokes? And even here's what I'm disappointed. All right, you are a Harlem nigga.
That's the third.
You are a Harlem nigga, bro. Like if there's one thing that New York niggas know how to do is crack on niggas. And even when niggas crack on niggas and the shit ain't funny, they do it so confidently and so stupidly that sometimes it still be funny. Cause it'd be like, yo, this nigga really believes he just said some ill shit. And niggas will make niggas laugh just at the shit. So when he's from Harlem and has a good subject to talk about, the fact that Geechee be missing teeth and shit, it's like, or his gaps look so ill. Like the jokes wasn't even funny. I'm just like, you did not want to win. You wanted to really come out here and lose in another state. Like I was flabbergasted. Because even the jokes could flip some things off. When he was saying the jokes and even nobody reacted to the joke, not one person laughed.
Not one person. And you could tell it was bothering him because he was looking around the room trying to find a laugh just to get his energy back. He wasn't finding shit.
Bruh.
He wasn't finding shit.
Who was the nigga that battled IP?
Which when?
When
you talking about it was Ike
the funny dude.
Oh, Oh, Will Skills.
If Will Skills would have did better in that room than him, there's a problem.
Because Will Skills was actually funny.
Will Skills was funny. And what makes it worse is I be trying to figure out half the time Will Skills wasn't trying to be funny. He just was.
He was trying his hardest.
He thought he was saying the most John Blaze shit ever, but it just would be hilarious. You know what I'm saying? But for Snake Eyes to come through with them whack ass jokes, I was just like, bro. And then Get You In and reversed that shit and made more eye jokes, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was great eye jokes. And then like the third, it was already over for that nigga. It was already over for Snake Eyes. And then for Geechee to spend basically the whole round telling him how he a fake Crip and how he don't Crip right. I was just like, yeah, bro, this battle's over.
He was just freestyling. And he was saying the freestyles, nigga. Yo, he said what, Twerk or something? He was like, yo, y'all let such and such, no, Clips. He said, y'all let Clips bomb and then still tell me that he won. Mm-hmm. So y'all can't tell me shit.
Yeah, because I knew exactly what you're talking about. That was the battle where Geechee battled Clips, and Clips had paused and did like that deep breathing thing, and he said it was part of his round. Mm-hmm. But people was debating whether it was a choke or not. I remember that.
Yeah.
But Geechee was like, bro, you don't even Crip right. So I'm gonna get you together. And then Snake Eyes got all in his feelings, and then Geechee was like, shit, you threw me off all that faking the shit. He was like, I gotta find my round again. All that damn talking.
And that's what the Harlem niggas is good for doing, is talking.
They definitely talk through niggas' rounds, and I don't understand it.
Especially 2 years ago, that might have been around the time where like Harlem niggas was just excessively talking over nigga shit. I think that's when Mook did it, fucked up a whole battle. You know what I'm saying? But that was not a good day for Snake Eyes.
It was just a rough day for Snake Eyes to be called out for not cripping right, and then openly admit to it, and then be surprised when niggas had the evidence and facts. Like, bro, you was out here wearing Calvin Klein shorts. He was like, yeah, I was wearing Calvin Klein. Yeah, I was wearing them. And Geechee was like, thank you for admitting it. So yeah, he was wearing sick hell in the shorts. Y'all, the room was like, what? How dare you? Snake Eyes was like, I mean.
Yeah, y'all got to get your politics right, man. If you're going gangbang, get your politics right, man.
So yeah, that was the battle. It isn't one of the battles I can recommend for everybody to watch unless you really just enjoy both these rappers. It's not. This is one that you can miss.
Yeah, this one you can skip this one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Basically, this is almost like a Get You Gotti album. Just skip this one.
Damn. You just don't like that nigga's music.
I did not like his music at all. I'm still waiting for him to drop a good one. If anything, he got the time now. He ain't battled no more. You know what I'm saying? He got the podcast going. You know what I'm saying? Probably using that money into investments. I feel like Geechee Gotti's a smart man. He's probably making his money work for him. I feel like right now he probably got the time to actually really devote to some good music. Because I feel like he has the material to make great music.
And we know he can rap.
Yeah, we know he can rap. So, you know, if he really want to do that, he can. That last album, it didn't do it for me, man.
I understand.
Go get the money. You know what I mean? Let's get into the scores.
All right, so crowd control.
Crowd control, I gave Snake a 2. Okay. That was being generous. That was being real generous.
Okay.
It was only because they didn't boo.
Yep.
If you put a 1, the amount of non-fight you will get for me, like very generous on this 2. Okay. Gotti, I gave him a 4.
Same exact for me, 2 and 4. Okay. For the same reason. If I would have heard a piece of a boo, then I would have put 1 down. But because there wasn't no boo, I was like, all right, bro, I'm gonna get this nigga to 2.
It's damn near a 1.99. You know what I'm saying?
If a nigga would have thought about booing, I would have put it down. If a nigga had boo in his eyes, I would have said, yep, that's a boo.
You know what I'm saying? If he had his boo with him, we would have got 1. Delivery, I gave Snake Eyes a 4. I tend to like his delivery, you know what I'm saying, the aggressive shit. That's one thing I can give him credit on. He still had that for the most part, even though he was definitely losing at one point, because you can only try to push through so far, my nigga. Gotti, I gave him a 3 because on this one he was really chilling, really not taking the battle serious, so he wasn't even really like pressing the line like he normally do.
It wasn't even his final form.
It wasn't even his final form at all. He didn't have the braids. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
I gave them both 3s for delivery. Neither one of them were really, it seemed like, trying very hard this battle. And I feel like Snake Eyes was trying at a certain point, but then he was just losing it. So then he was like, all right, bro, I'm going to just get through my material. It felt like.
Haymakers, I gave Snake a 2. Also barely a 2. You know what I'm saying? And only because I feel like he tried to say good shit. I'm giving benefit of the doubt. I was like, maybe there's some bars that are actually good, but because of the energy of the room, I'm just not getting it, or it ain't hitting me. Like, because he was definitely, especially the first few rounds, he was like almost confident saying it. He was like, "Oh, it's definitely gonna get a reaction when I finish this bar." It didn't. It didn't get no reaction.
Nope.
Gotti, I gave him a 4 because he was just casually whipping a nigga ass, even though he was still stuttering, even though the bars was whatever. He still was casually hitting a nigga, even to the point where some of his bars wasn't even like, he would clearly freestyle a bar and it wasn't even a good bar, but it would still hit. The crowd would still love it and still just work because he just had the momentum like that.
I gave Snake a 2 and I gave Geechee a 3 for Haymakers. Geechee, it wasn't nothing too crazy from Geechee. He had a couple funny lines, but other than that, he was just up there just finishing the battle that he agreed to do. He was not trying.
He was just up there doing what he want because he used to battle on the roof. The loser had to jump.
Yeah, so
Zone, I gave Snake Eyes a 3 for Zone because, you know, at first he seemed all confidence in the world, and then, you know, slowly the fight was getting beat out of him. You know what I'm saying? But he held it for somebody who was definitely clearly losing.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like he held it together the best he could, respectfully. Gotti, I gave Gotti a 3 on Zone. Actually, I don't want to give him 3. Let me make that a 4. I gave him a 4 on Zone because he was very confident going into it. Even with the stutters and whatnot, the stutters probably is why I gave him a 3. Because he definitely, this is the most I ever seen him stutter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And maybe it was because just the lack of seriousness.
Talking. It was the talking yeah.
And the lack of, because even before he was talking, the nigga would just be stuttering. Like, he just was like, whatever, on this battle. But he was very confident going in there. He was in his bag. Nigga was even looking at the camera laughing and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I gave him a 4.
I gave Snake Eyes a 2, and I gave Geechee a 4 for Zone. Snake Eyes clearly wasn't in his zone because he got called out for not cripping right in a room full of Crips. And then the funniest part is the way Geechee was like, "Chill out, nigga, we ain't gonna jump you, bro, all that extra shit." And then we go do a slogan. He said, "This nigga all scared and shit. And if it's real, y'all can tell. Y'all can see it." And that's what made him funnier. He's just talking about how scared that nigga is. And then ends it with talking about how real he is. Like, yeah.
Because I ain't gonna lie. There was a time where Geechee had said, he's like, "Hey, all that talking gonna get you packed out." And then I swear I heard Snake Eyes kind of chill with the talking afterwards. Like, he kind of chilled on all that talking.
Cause he
knew he was out there by himself. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got, even though and with the battle they did say they homies, but at the same time it's like, nigga, still a man, my nigga. You still out there by yourself, so you gotta relax. So, but yeah, then afterwards he was like, "Chill, nigga, we ain't gonna jump you. That was just a bar, nigga." Yeah.
So overall, Snake Eyes got a 9, which is a C. I gave Geechee a 14, which is a B.
I gave Snake Eyes an 11, and I gave Geechee Gotti a 15.
All right.
So, you know,
similar scores.
Yeah.
Artist of the week. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I'll go first. My artist of the week has been Finesse 2 times. Been listening to his shit, and that album still hits.
Okay.
I've been all over the place, really. I've been listening to Finesse. Then listening to still that Report Card by Absol is my favorite song from him. That song I feel like is just what more do you want in a hip hop record. And I ain't gonna lie, even though I haven't had a chance to listen to the album, I'm excited to listen to 2000 because I don't know how or why, but I guess there's 2 songs that he dropped that aren't on the album that I listened to, and they sound like not vintage Joey Badass, but like it's a good era that he's in. You know what I'm saying? He's popping his money shit a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Still very much hip hop. The bar's still there. The style's still there. So when I do, you're
gonna like the album.
Yeah,
I know that because I've listened to it, so I know you're gonna like it.
Yeah, for sure. So, and shout out to Nas. I listened to King's Disease 3. Pretty good album. You know, Nas shit is just casually good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There really ain't too much. It's almost like an Av battle. Like, there ain't too much to say about it. You know the name. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. And, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hit Boy. Really appreciation to Hit Boy for just being so good of a producer that you get Nas in the studio to keep on releasing albums, especially during a time like this.
and he's out here like inspiring Nas and Ken. I for keeping Nas relevant. If niggas want to be honest,
for sure, yeah, because I mean, well, Nas is always gonna be relevant just off the name.
I would say relevant. Like I say, I probably relevant musically. I'll say
he's definitely keeping them consistent. Yeah, because Nas, like even before when niggas take forever with albums, niggas would be like, oh, Nas drops albums like almost every. But when Nas, you let Nas tell it, it was because he couldn't find good beats, which you know. And that always addresses like, yo, they'll tell you that I pick bad beats. A lot of people pick bad beats. Mm-hmm. We really want to be like, nigga, there's a lot of suspect beats that the Locks have rapped over, but they just rap so well that you forget the beat is bad. You know what I'm saying? So if I play you some Jadakiss shit right now, you're gonna be like, nigga, why is he rapping all this drug kill him shit over this happy ass beat? Like this shit sound weird. You know what I mean? But yeah. So, and of course, and West Side Gun. I was definitely listening to that Hitler Wears Hermes 10, and just makes me very excited for a Stove God album. Because I ain't gonna lie, even at this point, if he doesn't release another album, I want him to keep on being consistent with the guest features, because these solo albums don't even, well, at least from West Side Gun, like I feel like he's proved enough, so he don't even be really trying to make solo albums no more. Like he'll have so many features from his niggas on there, and I love it. It'll sound like a compilation, but a compilation with a little more direction. So niggas just in their bag getting money. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I like to see.
And one last shout out. I did listen to that Freddie Gibbs album. It was pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I liked it.
I was listening to a lot of music this week. I have a new job, and the new job is a far drive from me. So now I really get chances to listen to these albums and whatnot.
Did you feel like his soul was sold separately?
I definitely feel like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know. He definitely addressed having beef with a few rappers.
All right, so this is the question. How did you feel about the song he got with Offset, Pain and Strife? It's earlier in the album. Surprisingly, I really like that song, but nobody else seems to really like that song but me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that song was a little mid to me, because even Offset didn't sound like Offset. Because Offset is one of the niggas that, like, that's why I respect for the Migos. Niggas can try to box them out as mumble rappers or trap rappers, but Migos they strike me as the niggas that care. So, like, even if they may not be bar heavy per se, you know, like us listen to niggas like Lupe. They're not gonna be Lupe you to death, but they'll flow the shit out that song. Yeah. And Offset has been a nigga that will flow the shit out of a song. He has a whole album with 21 Savage before 21 Savage really was like trying to get ill with the bars. And one thing I was impressed with, I was like, yo, this nigga flowing like a motherfucker on this shit. Like this nigga has found the beat and will merge with it, almost on some Avatar shit. Like that nigga don't just ride the beat. That nigga connects his dreads to the beat and becomes one with it and flows on that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that verse was just felt very throwaway for Offset, to me at least.
Okay, I understand. You know I like it.
Yeah, but you know, good albums, good music. You know what I'm saying? One day I'm gonna get to this Lil Baby album. I ain't gonna lie.
You don't got to.
I want to get to that and get to the T Grizzly album. The chapter of the trenches.
Okay. Now you talking.
You was not feeling that Lil Baby album at all.
I really wasn't, Brad. Like I like Lil Baby. Here's the problem with the album. I like the verses. Terrible hooks on that album.
Terrible. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. That the lead single, Hey, I was just like
terrible. Like the verses on that song are good, but just hey, it's half past I come to my house. What are we talking about?
Even I was just like, cause he does, like his last album, the hooks are great. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Forget, brand new car is noisy. He was going. Hey.
But yeah.
I just hope that the numbers still reflect, so he doesn't, like, he can get better with the hooks, but I don't want him to go on some YG shit and be like, see, niggas don't even care about bars, and then next thing you know, he regresses and his shit sounds ass. And then it's like, it's good hooks, but he ain't talking about shit on these verses. You know what I mean? He'll fuck around and go on some Made in Tokyo shit. Then we'll be like, damn, how did we get from this to that?
I don't think his fans is gonna let him do that. I feel like Lil Baby fans actually like when he raps. Yeah. So people will actually get upset if he goes in there and just decides to stop rapping.
I hope so, because I used to think that YG fans like when he made good albums, but apparently we were wrong.
I also thought that, Quan, and I was very incorrect. But I don't know. I don't know what his numbers is like now. YG claims they're still good, so that's all that matters.
Oh, also one last thing too. I agree with you with the ESTG thing. That last album, it didn't hit like it used to, and I think I know what the problem is. I feel like the first half of the album, he only had like one Forever Rolling song.
Forever Rolling.
He just needs to stick with him. Maybe he was trying to experiment when he's not with Forever. Basically, every song that has Forever Rolling, I dig. The ones that don't, I could do without.
I'm telling you, bro, it's not the same. Like, because what was that called? What was that album called? It was like I ain't never felt nothing. I ain't never felt nothing. I ain't never liked none of them songs, bro. Because I listened to it, I said, bro, this is not the same. Nothing on the, like, bro. The fact that one song, Riata Dada, was harder than this entire album.
Yeah, literally the first 2 songs, and then once you start hearing Forever Rolling, that's the album for me. Because everything in between, I'm cool on.
Like, it's crazy how he went in the booth and like, I like ESTG. We both like ESTG. Yeah. I don't know how he made a whole album full of songs that I don't like. I don't get it.
He's almost like if you want to consider him underground, like an underground Lil Baby. Whereas like he's just a nigga that was a street nigga that got in the booth, got really good, really fast out of nowhere. And to the point that niggas really like that niggas will be in the comments when that nigga drop a song, it's like, or a feature, and be like, yo, ESTG has not missed yet.
Yeah, he was on a great run.
Yeah, so this might be his first miss, and even then, he's got some good joints on there. Like the joint with him and Jack Harlow, that joint is okay.
That song was okay.
But I feel like it'll get him views. You know what I'm saying? And the joint with Future, I feel like that'll get him views. So he'll.
He already had a song with Future. Future's on the Lick Back remix.
Yeah. That one, sucking this bitch titty like I'm trying to get some syrup out of it.
Future was the worst part of that song, bruh.
He really was, right?
I was like, bruh, I don't understand what it is with Future. Like, I'm not a Future fan, but I understand that Future adds some great energy to a lot of songs. But Future is either hit or miss.
Very much.
And when he miss, it's ugly. It is not a good looking strikeout.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that verse at all. To the point that I play the original Look Back. I don't play the remix. Or even sometimes when I play the remix, once that shit comes in, I skip it. I move to the next one.
Try to get some sip at it.
But yeah.
So
shout out to ESTG.
Are you officially done with Artist of the Week? You named like 7 people.
I've had a lot of time to listen to these to albums now that I have a long commute. You know what I'm saying, in Georgia traffic. So yeah, I think that's everything. Okay,
so I have like 2. I got first. I'm gonna start with stick with the R&B section right here. Vito dropped his album Mood Swings.
I've heard the name.
Great R&B music. Yeah, he's only 13 songs, 40 minutes, get in, get out. Great R&B project. If you're not familiar with Vito, if you've seen the Usher Tiny Desk concert, which I'm assuming all black people have at this point, he was one of the he was the other dude next to Eric Bellinger. Like, so he's one of the background singers for Usher right there.
Fire.
Great voice, just good classic R&B type feel. Really enjoyed it.
Never gonna be mad at that.
Yeah, and then we're gonna get into the ratchet shit. Gloss Up. Before the Gloss Up is hard. I'm telling y'all niggas right now. I turned that shit on the other day because I used to play something when I'm in the shower. I said, all right, let me bump this. The album's hard, y'all. Okay, it's hard.
I love everything about Glorilla, Gloss Up, and all her peoples, all her crew that be rapping. All of them are. They putting on. Yeah,
bro. 13 songs, 30 minutes. She knew just to get in and get out, and she ain't overstaying her welcome.
Yeah.
I like it.
And it's going to be fire because they're all signed. Well, most of them are signed, and they're all signed at different places.
Yeah, like, she's the one that signed to QC.
Yeah, she signed to QC. Glorilla signed to CMG. I think they have another one, K Carbon. She signed somewhere else. Like, they're all just signed all over the place. And while that normally would cause a problem, that actually is really, really, really fire. Because, like, it'll lead to more collabs from, it just works. I feel like, and they still come together and work with Hit Kid, who's the guy that produced Glorilla's hits. And, and I think they're even cool again, too. I know there was a rift between them at one time.
Yeah, she got a song with him on here.
Yeah, I think they're cool. Well, Glorilla and Hit Kid. I don't think Gloss Up had no problem, but, that's where the Shibuyas and the Yuta type songs, I feel a compilation coming out because those joints be going viral. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to just all that. Nigga, shout out to Memphis, my nigga.
Yeah, shout out to Memphis.
You know what I'm saying?
But nah, this album is hard. She only, so out of 13 songs, I like most of them. It's like 2 or 3 I didn't care for. But I like most of it. It's a good project. I was bumping it. I was like, oh, yeah, this shit is hard. And I know it's not some shit that niggas involved on this shit. I'll admit for the niggas who don't want to admit. Nigga, this shit hard.
I ain't even listening to it and not fucks with it.
Yeah, this shit hard.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, that's but I got Forest of the Week there right now.
And she take care of her kids. I don't even care.
Most of the album is about being a mom. It's just like a gangster version of being a mom.
Nigga, I fucks with it, my nigga.
Her kids are on the album cover. Like the album is all about how she a mom, how she doing it for the kids.
I saw her online handcrafting, I think, some shit for her kids on Valentine's Day or some shit. I've never seen, and she's on, by the way. Like, don't get me wrong. I know Glorilla's the one that's really got the recognition, but Gloss Up is on. So for me to see an on rapper handcrafting some shit for her children, that was just fly for me to see. You know what I'm saying? So I fucks with that all the way. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with parents doing shit for their kids, and the fact that she's on and she's like, nigga, I'm still gonna be a present ass mama. You know what I'm saying? We fucking with YG when he was like, nigga, don't you got a daughter? Yeah, I'm a gangbanging ass dad.
Yep.
So hey, I fucks with it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gloss Up, shout out to Glorilla, shout out to K Carbon, shout out to the rest of the clique. They don't have a name, so that's why I can't really call them nothing.
I know two of them, Slimmeroni and Alizé.
And shout out to them too, because I'm pretty sure they hard too. Everybody in the clique is hard. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that will conclude our episode. You know what I'm saying? This has been another episode of the Hold It Down podcast. And for those that didn't catch it the first time, this will be the second to last episode. You know what I'm saying? The Bloodbath is moving on to bigger and better things. You know what I'm saying? Moving on to a better place, better job. You know what I'm saying? I want to say a better state. You know what I'm saying? You know, Georgia's the real estate. Let Childish Gambino tell it. But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna conclude. You know what I'm saying? We had a good run. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate all the fans, all the audience, all the supporters. You know what I'm saying? Arterial Stover, Public Enemy B, and who's the third person?
Rappy Rapper. We appreciate y'all because I only know y'all names because y'all are consistent and y'all showed up for anything related to us and Dead End stuff, and we just fucks with y'all. You know what I'm saying? But it's been a good run. You know what I mean? We appreciate. We have fun doing this. You know what I mean? So yeah. We're gonna end this one. We're gonna end this shit gracefully. You know what I mean? Absolutely. We're gonna take the bow out.
You know what I'm saying? Gracefully. I'll give Twerk credit for that, because even after doing that, he still handled the battle pretty well. Because for some reason his shit was missing bows, but he was still doing okay. Yeah. You know what I mean? We seen a lot of niggas, when they take your slogan from you, niggas don't have shit after that.
Yeah, they really don't.
The shit shift after that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can find me at SayQuanondabeat. That's Saquon on the beat. That's my Instagram. You can follow me on there. I'm on there the most often. You know what I'm saying? It's a long ass name because them niggas got me. It is what it is. But my other socials are at SayQuanD. That's SayQuand on all those. I'm mostly on TikTok, so holla at me on there too. But if you want some beats, holla at me at SayQuan.beatstars.com. I got all kind of beats on there. You know what I'm saying? All the artists that we mentioned, I got those kind of beats. You know what I mean? Where can they find you at?
If you want to look for me, you know, all my socials are pretty simple. They're probably not going to change no time soon. Hit me up at Not Bloodbath. You know, talk to me. I talk back. Let's talk about all kinds of random things, be honest with you. You know, it depends on what pops in my head at that moment. I don't tweet too much, but I tweet fairly regularly, you know. I'm pretty open. Like people, if we want to play Marvel Snap, hit me up. I'll play you. I'll run some Marvel Snap games with you. Don't matter. Just hit me up. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this week's episode. Everything Quan said is true. We always appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for always supporting, tuning in, and just remember when it's over to tell a friend to tell a friend,
and tell a bitch to tell a hoe.
No, the South gonna hold it down.
You dig?